Goodness, congratulations. I hope it does. Okay. And James, the miracle worker, this is why I should try to do these things only when he's home, fixed it. No sound either. Is there still no sound? Can't hear me, Carol? Okay. No sound. All right, she's just chatting and we can't. Well, I'm saying hello to everybody. I don't know if you can hear me yet. We're all good to go. All right. Thank goodness for James. He is the guy. Basically, all I was doing is saying hello to everybody and telling you why, or not why, because I didn't know why we had a black screen. But we are good to go now. Yay! Oh my goodness. That had me a little bit, because I got to tell you, as I was seeing everybody who was in here, it was making me emotional. Just so excited to see you guys. You just don't even know. Oh, thank goodness. Yes, he got me all set up. I am so happy to see you guys, and the desk is all good to go. All right, good. Barbara, Carol, Pauline. All right, yay. Okay, so I don't know if you saw the picture earlier. I did do a haul video this morning, and it didn't have this in there. This is the Lawn Fawn the giant happy birthday, and then I had the Camp Wanna stamp Peekaboo Pals, and I love this set. I love this set so much that I was like, I'm gonna play with this one. And it already has a bunch of cat hair all over it because they were up on my desk earlier. And I'm so excited to be playing with this one. So as it says, we wanted to make a tilt card, and probably because I couldn't think of another way to say it. And I've sort of made something similar before, but we're going to do it on a slimline. Yes, thank you to James Carroll. He keeps me squared away in more ways than one, that is for sure. That's for sure. I know, isn't this fabulous? Happy birthday. I'm like completely out of birthday cards. And you've used it a bunch, Deb? Yeah, I'm so excited to use it today. So I went ahead and I stamped out my images, as I usually do. Now, the interesting thing about the canoe is the die cut only cuts this part around, which is kind of neat because that way you can kind of stick your little pals inside the canoe. I am going to go ahead and fussy cut around this because I have plans for our slimline. Yay, yes, James is amazing. And then here I have it already cut out, and I just taped it back in place because I do want to do a little bit of ink blending on it. But before I do any of that, I want to get my background made. Oh, Pauline, I want all of them like that. They take up a good amount on the card, which is nice. So depending on what size card you're going to make, you know, it's great. If you don't feel like making or putting a bunch on a card, just slapping that baby on there would work too. So let's get started on our background. I've got a couple of colors. This is just some cardstock I had in my stash. I didn't want to go super dark with navy, but I didn't want to go with too light of a color. I'm trying to make a night scene. We're going to see how this works, but I've got some chipped sapphire. I pulled out my distress oxides because those always layer so beautifully on dark cardstock. And I'm hoping this all works out the way I want it to. So I've got my blender buddies, and thanks, James. The big birthday die is perfect for stand alone. Yes, I think that's a great idea. Absolutely. So let me bring in, ooh, I like that color on there. I don't know if you can see that very well on there, but that looks pretty. That chipped sapphire looks so nice on this. I think we're going to end up with a very nice night sky background. So yeah. So what is everybody up to this weekend? Yes, Pauline, I think this cardstock is very pretty. What's everybody doing? I am blessed enough to have my mom and my stepdad here today, so I am just loving life right now. Maybe that's why I'm a little emotional. And then my daughter's here and her fiance, and we're just going to have some lovely family time because this weekend is my daughter's wedding shower. So we're just enjoying the time. Okay, I kind of like that. I think we're going to go with that. And then I sort of need to see where things are going to sit, I guess, huh? So we'll put that there. My canoe, I'm going to eyeball where the canoe is going to go because I need my bear to sit sort of under it. So I think about here. Oh my gosh, PJB, absolutely. Oh, Barbara, thank you. Thank you, Mary. Okay, so if I'm doing that, might as well just pull in my Salvaged Patina. That's what I'm going to use for my water. And let's see how that, oh, I like that. It looks pretty good. Even though this would be a night scene, I don't, and I don't think the water would be this light. I just really wanted to bring this in. So let's do that. And then we'll cover some of that. And I may even bring in some, I think I have it marked, some distress, just distress ink in the color Black Soot. But let me clean this mess up first so I don't contaminate too much. Brownwind from Australia. Hello. I'm glad you're joining. Thank you, Mary. First quiet weekend, huh, kitty? Yes, Pauline, we're so excited. I'm just so happy to have that. I love having the house full. It's funny. I feel like I'm an introvert at heart, but I love having my people around me. And then, like I said, coming in and seeing you guys. Hey, Candy. Happy Friday to you, too. It just, I don't know what it does for me. Like, it lifts my spirits so much. You just don't, I say it all the time, you don't even know. You don't even know. I've put so many irons in the fire lately that sometimes I get a little overwhelmed and I'm not good at expressing it. So, and this would be one of those times. Maybe I should do a little bit of the black since it's supposed to be. Aren't they pretty, Mary? Aren't they pretty? I love the blues. Well, not having the blues, but you know what I'm saying. Oh boy. Might have to bring in some more of that Salvaged Patina because I put a little bit of that black soot on there. So I will. There we go. All right. I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's pretty exciting news for PJB. I sure hope that happens. You know, that house hunting is stressful enough, especially with a market the way that it is, so. Yeah, Deb, isn't it fun? It's fun. And dirty dishes. You know, I don't mind that either, honestly. I really don't. Yep. Windy, rainy. Well, we're a little windy, rainy too, so yeah. I'll be doing some crafting for sure. My mom is my motivator, so she always totally motivates me to just get stuff done, and I've got a few decorations I got to make for the wedding, and I'm so glad you did, Bronwyn. I'm sure it's hard. This is not probably a great time of day for you, but I want to bring in some liquid pixie dust. Since I said this is supposed to be a little bit of a night sky, I want to bring in some pixie dust. And so let me grab a scrap of something. How about an old background I have? Because I won't mind getting something on that. Sometimes I love adding to. Where'd Deanna say? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep. It is a great idea when it's windy and cold. Perfect day to craft. Okay, so we're just gonna, whoops. I'm using this little, it's like a paintbrush holder, but it works so great for splatter. I got this from Pear Blossom at Amanda's store, and it's so darling. Okay, that's fun. But look at it, it's such a cute little ceramic piece. It's tiny. Oh, we got a little more on the back here. But it works so good for the splatter. So, I love using it. All right. Yes. Hi, Thea. Thea, how are you? In the Netherlands. Oh my goodness, we got a couple of you from the Netherlands. That's so exciting. I love that. So fun. So fun that y'all are here. Well, that everybody's here. It just makes my heart so happy. Okay, so here's our background. I think I'm going to leave it like that for a little bit. We may come in and do a little bit of stamping later. No, you're not. I bet you're not splatter challenged, Deb. My goodness. Oh, 7 a.m. on a Saturday. Oh, so you're in the future, Brownwyn. You'll have to tell us what tomorrow brings. I don't know why. That just sounded like such a dad joke. Pixie dust. It's a liquid pixie dust by Ink on 3. I don't know that I listed it down below, but I've been using it a lot lately. So much so that I have, I've used about maybe a fifth of it. That's how much crafting I've been doing lately. My goodness. Yeah, I love splatter. Love it, love it. All right, so I'm going to leave this off to the side to kind of dry since it's very splattery and shiny, and y'all know how I love me some splatter. So I'll do that. I'm going to bring in our coloring pieces. And I do have a bunch of colors, but we're going to go ahead and zoom in. Hi, Debbie. Oh, it goes everywhere but on your paper. Okay, that's why I have a splatter box, because I would have it everywhere as well. So you're not splatter challenged. That's just what the splatter likes to do. But hey, Debbie. It's cold and sunny in New York. Okay, well, it is cold and kind of wet here in Alabama. All right, we're going to do a little black bear because I just want to. So let's do it. Thanks, Kitty. All right. Try using a fan brush. Oh, yes. Barbara mentioned the fan brush, and it actually does work really, really well. Fan brush is great. In fact, I've been using that off and on. I don't know if you've seen that, Barbara. The fan brush is fabulous, but I guess today I just grabbed what was right there. Probably because I'm still a little rattled from my black screen and no vision. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and color our little bear. We're starting with, this is some W5. I like to color my black bears with the warm tones. So we're going to do him with some warm tones. I'll even do his little paws. Get his paws going. But yeah, so we're excited for this weekend. It's interesting how showers are nowadays, or especially if somebody like happens to register on Amazon. like my daughter has done. You know, the gifts show up and oftentimes they're not wrapped, which, you know, is obviously fine, but I've been wrapping them because I just want to see the kids' faces when they open them. I can't help it. I can't help it. All right, so and then we've got some W7. You have to run away. All right, Sue, thank you so much for hanging out for a little while. You're awesome. Yeah, come on back, and that's why I love the replay. It's fabulous. Oh boy, getting some rogue color in here. Just good thing it's Copic and you can kind of just work it away, push it away. He does kind of look like Yogi. He would probably be a very good brown bear. All right, and then I'll just bring in a little bit of W9, and then we'll see how that blends. It always, to me, when I get going, looks like a hot mess before it is anything else, personally, but that's just me. Like, and that's why I try to say, like, keep going with it, because if you keep blending, oftentimes it'll turn out a little better than you thought, because that doesn't look good. Okay. You first refill on your Copic sketch markers today. Most of the blue ink alcohol swabs are a girl's best friend when you're using those. He does need a hat. Is it a green hat or a purple hat? I can't remember what Yogi has. I can't remember. Makes it so much more fun. Okay, so still I'm not maybe loving it, but it works better. It looks better than it did. Yes, Laura. Oh yeah, how many of us know who Yogi is? Well, yeah, that's true. He's been around a while. Maybe he's not quite around right now, but... All right, and I think I'm going to do his scarf like with some yellows. So I've got, or at least that's what I think I had planned in my head, you know, back. So I've got some YR24. I don't know if that's up on the screen. There we go. Hi, Melanie. How's it going? Thanks, Mel. All right. And I'll blend that just a little. And I think I'll just go ahead and use that on, I'm not going to do a lot of blending on the actual fishing pole. I almost forgot what it was called. My goodness. And then what do I have? I guess I didn't pick anything for his little face. Let's do, I'm going to grab out my hex chart. Let's do, I have 2, 3 in my hand. So let's do 2, 3. Yeah, 3, 1, and 2, 3. That's good. Sorry if that was blinding. I just realized it was all zoomed in. Your girls watched it? Boo Boo, that's right. That's right. Hey, Boo Boo. Hopefully I don't get demonetized for doing that. Okay. All right, and then I think I'm gonna just do some R83 for his nose and his ears. There we go. I think that bear is another one that would look great with my, oh, he would look really cute with tiny googly eyes. I need to get some tiny ones. That's what I need to do. I'm thinking I'm gonna do a red canoe. I don't know why, I just really want a red canoe. So I've got R29 and R89. That's right, Boo Boo, the bear. Thanks, Mary. Okay. I probably should have done a green one, huh? A green canoe. Isn't that what they're all like at camp? I don't know, I never went to a camp where we were on a lake. I don't think I did anyway. So I don't remember. It's a red canoe. That's what we're doing. That's what we got. Should have done green. All right. My blending today, or my just when I'm slapping that color down, I guess maybe I do that to show you guys that you don't, it doesn't have to be like a science. Just stick some color down. You know, Kitty, we haven't done that, although we've wanted to. We've actually wanted to get some kayaks. We live basically right on a river, and it would be nice to have some kayaks. We just haven't done that. All right, I'm going to do our little fish. He's going to be green. This is G24. All right, and then I'm going to bring in some G46. There we go. And I'm going to leave it just as it is. I think I like it. I think I'm happy with our coloring, so I'm going to zoom us out. Whoop, too far. Okay, thanks, Mary. Oh, you know what? I actually forgot to do the water. I do need to do a little bit on the water. So I'm going to put down some, I'm not going to zoom her back in, but we're going to do some BG53. And bring that down. I don't know how far down I need to go. Probably not as far as I'm going. And then I'm going to bring in a little bit of this BG07. And then I'll blend that back out again. I was trying to think of colors that would match the salvaged patina that I had used. We did go kayaking in Destin, that's right. We did. We did some kayaking. That was a while ago. And that was with the kids. And it was super fun. Okay, I like that. All right, now I'm happy. So let's see how our background is. If that's dry, or if it needs a little bit more. Of course, I'll just stick my finger right in it and we'll see, huh? Hi, Cherry, how's it going? Late, but at least here for some part of... No, you're not late. You're good. Yes. Yeah, we have fun. We have fun when we have done it. Okay, that's actually dry. I think the other thing I was thinking about doing was bringing in some of the stars to do a little bit of stamping with our fossilized amber, and not a lot. I just want to put a few stars in there. No, I have not on Bristle. I don't think I have. Have you, Barbara? Is that something that you've tried and you really like it? Because I haven't done that yet. Okay, this is super subtle, but I kind of like it. Let's see. Just a few. I didn't need to go too crazy. Thanks, Melanie. Yeah, I haven't done it on Bristle. Typically, I just use my Bristle cardstock for like my real brush markers, just because it just is so smooth on there. Okay, we'll need that for the sentiment later, or a sentiment. Okay, so I'm kind of happy with that. Now let's get our happy birthday on there, and I'm going to do a little bit of blending on this. That's why it's still in here. So I recently had gotten more brushes. It took me some time. Okay, well, I might try it, Barbara. We'll see. I haven't tried it. I recently had gotten some newer brushes for my regular dye inks. I've read that you're supposed to keep your brushes separate, like use, I don't know if it'll contaminate the ink pads. I've been stamping and blending for so long that I haven't noticed anything. Hey, Jen! Yay, I'm so glad you're here. And thanks, Pauline. I appreciate that. But I decided to just go ahead and use the older brushes that I had only for my Oxide inks, and then now I have some brushes, some newer brushes just for my dye-based inks. But I got to tell you, it's hard to try to remember sometimes that I'm, you know, thinking I'm supposed to do that. I'm not very good at it. Not very good at remembering, but I did today. So I'm just trying to put a little bit of ombre at the bottom of the letters. I don't know if it's working. We'll see. And then the next thing I wanted to do with this really quickly is make it shiny. So I am going, that's another reason why it's in there, is I'm going to bring out my Juicy embossing pad and my ICICLE embossing powder so that we can get some shine on there. You can do it with some crystal effects or crystal or glossy accents. Crystal effects, I think, is another one, but this is an easy way to do it without having to wait for things to dry. So that was the other thing I was going to do. You use them for your markers, Thea, and you like it? Saw that B-Day die and pondered. So happy you're... Awesome. Do I ever sleep? Surprisingly, I do. 39 watching, only 2. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. All right, so let me just put this... I'm going to do the pad right to my image here. And I can tell because it's kind of shiny wet. And then I'm going to go ahead and cover this. And then we'll heat set that. And this will just add some shine. Like I said, without having to wait for things to dry. Aw, thanks, Jen. You guys are awesome. Like I said, you just don't even know what you do for me. I get emotional. It's kind of silly probably, but I think it's because I just love being around all the like-minded crafting. It's probably why I get so happy when my mom visits too. She motivates me to get crafty. So, and I love it when people discover something that they enjoy or that is maybe even new to them, but they didn't know they loved it until recently. I'll talk a little bit about that here in a second. I'm going to talk about my daughter. All right, so I want to make sure it's all good, and it is. And it looks like a hot mess in here, but once I peel this out, it's going to be fine. Well, let me let that dry a second, and I'll pick up my mess. We are kindred spirits, all of us, for sure. So my daughter, you know, she's been stressed. She's in school. There's a wedding coming up. But she's recently, I think, kind of discovered that she loves, I mean, she's always liked baking, but I think she just loves baking now. Like, it has become something that she does when she is stressed. And I love to see how happy she gets. It just makes my heart melt seeing something that she enjoys so much that brings her such happiness. Like, I don't know. I think that we're all gifted. God has gifted us all in so many different ways. And to see somebody like maybe discover something that they enjoy so much, it's wonderful. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I know you do. I know you do. Okay, so that's kind of where that is going to go. I don't want to attach anything yet because, as I said, we do need to do some, we've got to kind of place some things. The only thing I'm going to attach is our bear to our canoe. So, oh, yeah, no, my mom's amazing. I'm going to get all choked up thinking about it because she's an amazing woman and she's the reason I started stamping to begin with. I know many of you have heard that story, but she got us started stamping when I was, I think, 13, and she came home with all these supplies to do some gift tags, and it did ignite something in me. Even at that young, I enjoyed it so much, and it wasn't until I got a little older that I realized, you know, you definitely need hobbies. You need things that you know, keep you happy, and she just, yeah, that's what that did for me. She introduced me to that. She's introduced me to so many different kinds of crafts, and I'm so grateful because I haven't met too many crafts I don't enjoy. Wait. Jen, I missed it. Congratulations, a new grandbaby. Oh, Jen, I'm so happy for you. That's so wonderful. That's awesome. Thanks, Debbie. Yeah, I think that the doing it with the, I don't know, it's kind of shiny and it's fun. Hey, Linnea. Okay. He's your first. You love baking as well, Mary? Well, yeah, it's fun. I mean, I don't enjoy it near as much as my daughter does, mostly because then I just want to eat it, but I never want to tell her no because I want her, she just, I don't know, she just gets so happy when she's trying something new or baking something, even when it doesn't maybe turn out the way she had hoped, just seeing her happiness is worth it. So, all right, you know, it doesn't match entirely, but it's enough for me. You know, it's enough for me. I think that's good. But I still need to put our bear on there. All right. Oh, that's a great idea, Kitty. Thanks, Deanna. Oh, Jim. You do? Hey, all right. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach our bear, because that's how we're going to get our tilt element going. Before I put his little paws on, though, because I got to get everything else ready, let's decide where this is going to go, because I'm going to need to do a little bit of die cutting on this. All right, so I know that's where my happy birthday is going to go. And if you have tiny little circle dies, awesome. But you may not have tiny circle dies for this next part. So look around in your stash of dies or whatever you might have, and maybe you have a punch that'll work. I'm going to use one of his paws, and I'm going to use one of the other smaller paws that I have. That's how I'm going to get my tilt, because I plan to use these are called the spin and slide discs. And what I want him to do, because he's in a boat, I want him to be able to rock a little bit. We're going to have him tilting back and forth. Thanks, Mary. Oh, Barbara. Yeah, right? It's hard not to be grateful. It has been. Yep. Cooking to sewing to crocheting. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, Barbara. Moms can be a very special gift. So, okay. So now that I've decided where that's going to go, or where I think it's going to go, let me grab out, because I'm going to have to run this through my die cutting machine, like I said. And I'll just tear these ones. I'm going to put this one, I need the bigger one to be behind his head, so I'm going to put that here. Okay. Make sure that's where I want it. And then I'm going to put the smaller one directly below around, let's pull this, right around here. Okay. And they're not perfect circles, but that's okay. Doesn't have to be. I just want him to tilt a little bit, really. Okay, so let me run this through my die cutting machine really quickly. Okay, and then let's pop that out. And like I said, yeah, they're not perfect circles, but that's okay. So now I'm going to, off screen had already die cut out some little circles. Let me put these back so I don't lose the dies, because that is always a possibility. And then I cut out, oh golly, I thought I lost them. I cut out these little circles. And so basically what these are going to do is these are going to go right behind, and this is what's going to hold it in place so that it'll rock, but it's not attached to anything, if that makes any sense. So we're going to test it out. I'm going to use 2 of these. I bought a plethora of these when they were available. So I'm going to put one here and 1 dot there. And then we'll just stick that on top. Got to let that dry a second. Okay. And then while those are drying, I can go ahead and attach my happy birthday, just because I already know where that's going to go. So let me just use some liquid glue on the back of there. And Jen had gotten me this glue, and I love it so much, Jen, that I bought the refill, and I've been using, I refilled my bottle. That's how much I love this glue. So that was a birthday gift she bought for me for April, and I refilled it probably a couple of weeks ago. So girl, thank you. You set me up in a good way. Okay, so let's see. Oh, that's not straight. That's the beauty of liquid glue. Okay, and I'm going to set something on top of that to kind of let that dry. All right, let me catch up on some. Buy a tilt card. Well, that's because I couldn't think of the right wording. And I know I've made a card like this before, but for whatever reason could not remember what it's actually called. Cold Vermont. Hello, Sharon. They're not crafty at all. Hey, that's okay. You've seen my son. He hops in there. He hops in there just because I think he's helping out Mom, but he doesn't like to craft on his own or anything. Ooh, 90 degrees. Yes, Jen. Big hearts, girl. Yeah. Yep. Well, hello from Australia, Tracy. Yes. Okay. So I think we're going to just see how dry those are. Hopefully, that's another great thing about this Barely Art glue is it does dry pretty quickly, which is nice. And so I'm going to have one of each of these be behind. They're just going to be inside this little, each of the little holes, right? Try not to glue it together. Okay, and then I'm going to, and it's usually probably a good idea to have much bigger circles than what I used, but that's the punch I had, so. Okay, so now I'm just going to stick this down on there, and we'll let that dry a second as well. All right, I'll throw these things away. Yes, welcome to the chat. All right. So now I can, well, actually, before I, attach any of those pieces, I'm going to get this on its backing. So while this is doing a little more drying, here is my card base. Now, if you have not made a slimline before, I didn't explain, I usually take one piece of 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock, and I will cut off 4 inches. So that will give me my base, which is 7 inches by 8.5 inches. But then this 4-inch by 8.5 inch base is going to be, or panel is going to be a little too big, so I'll cut a 1/2 inch off. So that's where this comes in. Sometimes I use it for sentiments, and other times I don't. But so that's where you get that measurement, and then we have this measurement. And so here I'm going to score this at 3.5 inches. And now there's really no set, I don't think there's a set size that you have to make your slimlines, but this is the size that I just tend to make because I just do. So, and I seem to be a creature of habit when it comes to things like this. Although I've definitely branched out and made lots of different size cards lately. So let's see how we're doing. No, gotta still, we need a little bit more dry time there. Oh, yeah, because he completely came off. Ah! Got a little handsy and he popped off. Okay, so let's put a little more on there. Got a little handsy. We'll try again. Really hold that in place and let that set. All right, so now I do want to do some stamping on the inside because I have to. And this is a birthday card, so I thought this one, Here's to Another Year of Adventure, I thought that would be a good one. And this is not going to be the last time you see this set. It has a push here, so you know I'm going to do a light up. I have to. I cannot not do a light up. It's just going to have to happen. So if you're not into those, I'm sorry, because I love them. All right, just using some Versamark or VersaFine Claire. Pardon my head, just trying to get that a little bit straight. Good enough for me. And then what I may do is I'll stamp down the canoe. Oops, not the oar, the canoe. I'll stamp down our canoe. And I'll do that with some Salvaged Patina. No, I'm going to do it with some chipped Sapphire, I think. Well, you know what's funny about that PJB is that we lived down at Benning for about 10 years. And now we're headed back. I am going to go right over the fold. I'm not worried about the fold. I think it's fine. So we'll do that. And then maybe I'll add one of his little buddies. Instead of the bear, I can add the little fox, and I can use the spiced marmalade. Or is he the fox? I think he's the fox. Because it looks like this set has a fox and a raccoon. Grammar. Well, okay, that one doesn't show up quite as well, but that's okay. I like it. It works. Because this is actually pretty dark cardstock, so I don't know if you can see. He looks pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect, it's the inside. All right, so now I'm just gonna hope that this dried. And I'm gonna flip it over and I'm gonna put some foam tape. That's gonna be the next thing I need. So let's do some foam tape. You just wanna make sure that you leave enough room for your circles to kind of go from side to side, which shouldn't be a problem. And I got this stuff from scrapbook.com. It's actually really affordable and good. Now it does gunk my scissors a little more than I would like. And I know these aren't supposed to be the type that gunk, but it does. And I just clean them, but it's still kind of a pain. I just couldn't argue with the price. All right, so I'm gonna close this up because I guess I don't need any more and I don't want it drying out. There we go. I know, Jen. I'm so in love with the peekaboos. I can't stand it. It's kind of a slight obsession, I guess. Okay. And hopefully, if all goes well, this will tilt the way it's supposed to. No promises, because I didn't practice this one. We're making some noise in here with these scissors. And then I guess I'll just put a little up here. All right. Blame it on. Oh, that's such a good idea, Jen. Golly, that is a good idea. Why not? Yes, rather than use the more expensive ones, right? Okay. So I'm going to peel all this off. He may not tilt a bunch. We're just hope and pray for the best, right? Line it up. This is always the part that scares me. Okay, he does tilt a little. See, he's tilting. He's tilting. But now I got to attach his little, with his fish. So let's do it like that so that his fish can be attached to the boat as well and not just hanging out there for all to see. Adhesive eraser. Oh, see, y'all know the right stuff. Goo Gone is another one. You guys know the stuff, man. Keeping me squared away. Okay, I'm going to put a dab of glue there, and we'll put a dab of glue there, because our little fish is going to be on both. And then we'll put one of his little paws. This is the part that makes these magical, in my opinion, is their little paws. Ooh, I can't take it. They're so cute. Okay. Hopefully the sky looks dark enough compared to the blue water, but I don't know. I'm thinking that's kind of fun. It goes. It goes. I like it. We'll get rid of our junk here. I know that this probably needs more, but I think I'm going to leave it as is. I did bring out some of these little glowing sky embellishments. There's some little stars in here and some moons, and I thought about putting those up there. But I think we got a lot going on. Got a lot going on. I like it. I'm happy. So now you see he still moves on the water. Thank you. Okay, let's see. What is everybody saying? Thank you, Jen. Melanie, thank you. Oh, thanks, Debbie. Oh, that'd be fun, Laura. Good idea. Sailboat would be wonderful for this. A mess of cleaned up mistakes. Girl, yes. Thank you, Deb. Thank you, James. Thank you, PJB. Thank you, Thea. Thank you, Branwyn. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Deanna. Rubbing alcohol, that's a good idea too. No, you're not too late. Terry, don't. This is why we have a replay. It's wonderful. It would work for a man. You're right. There are so many peekaboos, Cherry. I have quite a few, in fact. If you look up Avery Elle, I have the link to this one. This one is only, I forgot to mention this. This Avery Elle set was a collaboration with Elle and Hutson. I have it linked down below. It's only available in the Elle and Hutson store, and it's on sale right now. I think you can, I don't know if the sale applies to just the stamps and, the dies separately, or if it's just the combo. But for the die, and I think I spent $24, and I thought that was a pretty good buy, because I know I'm going to use this set a bunch more, because I love how you can combine all the peekaboos with so many different peekaboo items. Like I used a card a couple of lives ago. Yeah. So there's tons of peekaboos, Cherry. Check it out. If you go to Ellen Hutson, she's got a ton of them there. And like I said, I've got the link down below for this one. Bring it to the camera. There you go. Well, I would love to give this one away. I was able to give out you will have to check the community page if you're on that list. Anybody who's commented, because obviously I'm not going to know. If you haven't commented, I'm not going to know that you were here. It does not tell me who's watching, so just keep that in mind. But I would love to be able to give this one away. So I'm going to go ahead and pick one of y'all, and I'm going to leave it in, if I don't already have your address, I'm going to go ahead and leave that in the community page section. You'll find that it pops onto the feed of YouTube, and I'll even post it on my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Cassie's Paper Piecings, so I'll have it posted there as well, and that way you can email me your address, and I would love to get you this card. So for whoever happens to win it, I usually just pick a number and then run it through, and then I find you. So I was able to give out one of the 3 last week. There's still, if you go back to my community page, you can see who the other 2 people are, and it's not too late. So anyway, so yeah, I just want to say big ol' thanks everybody for coming in and hanging out with me. We were here a little longer than I normally like to do, but I love seeing you all. Hello, Dawn. Thank you, Crystal. Yes, thank you, everybody. Oh, thank you. Yeah, your crafting guru. No, because I learned so much from y'all, and I feed off of y'all's energy more than you even know. You guys are amazing. So yeah, if you want to win this card, if you haven't already commented, leave a comment, and I will pick a number. So I love you all. Enjoy your weekend. Big hugs. You guys are amazing, and go off and be amazingly creative like I know God created you to be, and know that you're loved. And I will see you soon. Bye.